Do you notice low back pain when you are working overhead? Or if you're exercising, when you're bringing your arms up, do you notice a lot of tightness in that low back? Well, if you do, this video is for you. So the lat muscle is a huge muscle in our back that spans from your shoulders all the way down to your hips here. If we are tight in that muscle, it can prevent us from really reaching overhead. And if we can't reach overhead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna compensate and use our low back to get our arms overhead, because we need to get our arms overhead. We're gonna compensate no matter what to get there. So we're gonna show you a test to see and confirm if you might truly have lat tightness and what you could do to resolve that problem.
So guys, check this out. One of the things that you can do when you're at home, and if you have one tool is basically a PVC pipe, anything that's nice and long, like a stick. Find a wall that you can put yourself through or put your back against. As you can see from me, I'm sitting in this nice, good Indian style position where I'm sitting with my legs crossed. And the purpose of this is so that my back is fully against the wall. And the reason for that is because I want to test to see whether I'm going to compensate. That if my back arches, if I can't bring my hands over, that's an indicator to tell me that my lats are too tight. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my hands shoulder width apart right here. I'm going to hold it with my palms down, put my back against it, place all of my back against the wall, right? And I'm going to bring the stick above my head. And what I want to do is I want to have the stick, my hands touch the wall just like so. Now, for some people, they're going to find out is that this is where it's going to be, or they're going to find out that their back is coming off the wall. Another good test to test is when you have your palms up. Another way to indicate your lats and see if they're tight. In this case, my back is slightly coming off there a little bit. I have a little bit of tightness. Also, what I'm going to also feel is to see if my hands come off the pole. You know, the great thing about doing this exercise is that you can't cheat. And if you do cheat, your body cheats, you know, and you compensate. And so what you want to try to do is try to do it the best way you can. Now, not everyone's going to be perfect. Just know that, including myself. You know, as much as we do train, there's some tightness in certain parts of our bodies, you know. And so this is a great way to tell whether our lats are tight. And if they are, there's going to be other things we could do to take out that tension off of that. So that's your test.
So to be able to improve that lat length and get that mobility, you're gonna need a weight anywhere between 2.5 pounds to 10. This is a 10-pound weight. You could use weights like this. You could use a cuff weight, anything where you put weight in the middle here and attach to the bar. So I'm gonna slide it through here. Pete here is gonna lay it down on his back. We're gonna put the bar overhead. Keep your elbows straight, making sure the elbows are straight. And he's gonna slowly bring that bar, that weight overhead. And the most important thing is that he's going slow on the way back. And then you can come back up and then repeat. So you're repeating this 5, 8, 10 times, a couple sets, 2 to 3 sets really. And I encourage you to recheck after doing this and see how your shoulder mobility has changed. So you feel that stretch here?
Oh, yeah.
And if you want to watch out for also arching the back here, you can bend the knees here if that's a little bit more comfortable for you. But the whole point is we're going slow. If you're going fast, it's not going to stretch your shoulder out.
Can you explain to the audience what it's doing right now? It's like as it's stretching.
So right now you're contracting as well as lengthening the muscle. So you're activating the muscle while it's getting into that new range that you're not typically in. So it's an eccentric contraction of the muscle, which is good for strengthening as well as stretching. So we do this here at the gym, especially the deload weeks. You could even use a dumbbell where you're going overhead. But this is good. So try that out and let's see how your mobility has changed. Woo. All right, so earlier I did this and I was limited. It felt tight. I just did a set of those exercises, the eccentric loading of my shoulder, and you know what? It feels so much more at ease. I'm a little bit tight still, but it's much different. You can go ahead and look at that, compare that video. I'm making sure my pinkies are grasped on that bar because I could easily cheat by going like that. Elbows are straight. It's a little tough right there, but I definitely was more here. So there you have it, how to properly be able to stretch your lats to get better mobility, so that way your low back isn't feeling the tightness and help you move better. Any last remarks?
So it's very important, guys, that we check these things. That's why we do these exercises, so that when we do a better job in protecting, and more importantly to kind of check to see whether we have better range of motion, our workouts that we're going to do gonna feel the best effects. So it's important that we do things to check our backs, check our shoulders, check our legs. So it's always important to do these exercises before you start any strong and powerful exercises. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one.